welcome. It's been a long journey to get here. But thank y'all so much for riding with a sister. I am determined the devil is definitely not going to win, not tonight. I am Evolution Brooklyn, and this is UXP Evolution Era. It is lovely to see you guys tonight. And if you didn't see the show that we had last Tuesday, it was about alternate lifestyles and relationships. So we covered things like monogamy, polyamory. We even covered like the kinkier side. And I promised that I would come for this show and I would explain some of the stuff that we talked about last week in great detail. Oh, we want to go in tonight. And guess what? If you've been under a rock, I had all my lovely guests, which are not my guests, they are my family now, my kings and my queens, my sisters and my brothers. I had them take a test. What the test will do is if they're in a relationship, if they want to get in a relationship, they will figure out exactly if they're with the right person or if they're with the wrong person. After this test, you will figure it out. I'm hoping that they gave it to their significant other if they had one. I'm hoping. So now I can explain if they made the right choice or not, because you never know. I actually gave away 2 relationships because of this test, because we just weren't, here. And I need to be here before I lay down with anybody, but that's something different. Okay, so guys, please get out your test, and I'm going to introduce my co-host. Yes, for these shows, I try to have a co-host. Why? Because I know y'all just don't want to hear me talking all night, So I brought someone here of the opposite sex. So you're not just getting me, you're going to get them also. And oh my God, when I tell you he is a master at what we're talking about tonight, which is BDSM and kinks. Now, when you hear kinks, people think it may be weird. It's like for the freaks, and I'm a celebrated freak. That's what I do, I don't have my cucumber tonight, but the essence, the green. So let's bring up my partner in crime, especially when it comes to this. We got a couple more people that's going to be coming in also. That's going to cam up that know a lot about this subject. And let me tell you a little bit about this young man. He's amazing. He is an accomplished poet. He's all into the BDSM life. He was into the polyamory life also. When I actually met him in a polyamory group. We did a YouTube show together. Where it was about 5 people, and me and him kind of, stayed close when I didn't with none of the others. So he's solid, So let me bring up my brother. His name is Mary L, and he's going to give you some of his information so you can follow him. And he might even say one of his erotic poems. He does erotic poems, ladies. Yes, he does. So let's bring up Mary L, my brother. Hey, King.
How you doing? I appreciate you for the shout out.
Yes. And hey, we made it. And you always stay beside me, King. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Mario, before we begin, and I should have did this last time, can you tell them like where they can find you if you're on YouTube and Instagram, where they can find some of your works, like your erotic poetry? You may want to say something tonight because we got time.
I'll bet. I'll listen. And the person who I'm bringing on, she's a poet too. So, you might do a little collab for y'all or something like that. That's dealing with this subject. Yes. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do. But if you want to follow me, I have my link in underneath my name right there, Mario _Shinobi _ poetry. And yeah, I'm pretty decent at this. I gave it a shot a couple of years ago, and I guess I'm good at this. So we'll see.
He's amazing. He is is amazing, y'all. He is amazing. Thank you. And that's what on Facebook, Instagram.
On Instagram and Facebook, but majority of it is on Instagram. So that's if you really want to check it out. And then I also perform a lot in Atlanta. So if you ever out in Atlanta, you might catch me out there.
Yes, he's from ATL. So anybody from ATL, you might want to go out and see one of his shows. He's amazing. He's definitely amazing. And let me make sure that I'm not missing none of my family in the comments. I want to at least be able to see what's going on with y'all. I just want to give y'all, before we get into it, please make sure you have out your test. I want to talk a little bit about what BDSM was. And before you guys came in, me and Mario was talking about examples of BDSM, like the movie 50 Shades of Grey. Did anybody like that movie? Did anybody see that movie? Yes, I had some very strong opinions on 50 Shades of Grey. I felt like it was a little too tame for me. And once we get through this test, I'll definitely be able to tell you guys why. Definitely. Let me just say, so we're going to analyze what BDSM is and what kink play is, what we call kink play, right? So BDSM is a term used to describe sex that involves dominance, submission, and control. The practice typically involves one partner taking on a more dominant role during sex, while the other is more submissive. So I know you guys have heard, being a dominant, being submissive. You heard women say, "Oh, I'd rather be submissive," and submission is great. Submission is great. I love being submissive, but dominant is also great, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that tonight. Why not? Why not? Okay, we got some more people back here. Okay, I got my sister in crime coming too. Okay. And okay, so let me tell you what BDSM is, right? So the abbreviation, the acronym for it. Let me tell you what it stands for. So the B is bondage, right? The D is discipline or domination. The S is sadism. And the M is masochism. And we're going to go through all of those to see exactly what I'm talking about. And if y'all know what some of this stuff is, please let me know in the chat so I won't go, too far over it. And okay, so if y'all saw the show, because I want to make sure I give all my people a very good introduction. If you saw the show last week, I had a beautiful queen up here named Miss Polly. Miss Polly is also very good at this subject. She knows a lot about it. Just like I trust what Mario says, I really trust what this queen says, and the last week I worked with her, it was amazing. And I couldn't wait to see her in my lives and just to see her back. She is back and we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. Let me bring up Miss Polly, y'all. Y'all know Miss Polly if y'all was here last week. Hey, Miss Polly. Hey, beautiful. I hope you was ready. Can y'all see? She's spinning. Okay, so she'll be in soon. She'll be in soon, guys, because she's stuck on my end too. There you go, Miss Polly. Hey, beautiful.
Hello.
You eating? I'm sorry. Take your time.
It's almost over.
But we stuck in there. We back like we never left. Definitely. I want to tell you guys, I met Miss Polly on another show. And if I know y'all trying to I know I'm moving around a lot. I'm just looking to plug in my computer. But I met Miss Polly on another show, another podcast, and shout out to Mr. Best, where he linked me up with a beautiful soul. Hopefully we'll be friends, podcast friends forever, Miss Polly. Excuse me, guys. I'm not moving around. I just want to get the cord to my computer. And okay, so what we went over already was I was trying to let them know what BDSM was, and I'm gonna break down some of the the definitions, I want to make sure everybody got out their test, because I'm about to go through it and I'm gonna take my time. Anything that y'all don't understand, let me know, because I have examples for everything I'm about to say. Everything. And they real life examples, especially if you know me and my cucumber. Yes. Miss Polly, can you do me a favor? While I'm getting my cord, can you tell them where to follow you and all your links, how to get to you, how to follow you, how to subscribe, and I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so yes, Miss Polly just means I'm Polly. So I do talk about relationships, not only poly relationships, but just relationships in general. I'm a deep believer in building good relationships, because no matter what relationships they are, you need to build good relationships to just have a really good functional life. So I talk about monogamy, poly. Of course, you talk about lifestyles, because having good relationships and lifestyles is important too, especially when you have a partner to do it with. So we kind of cover those bases. And I am on YouTube as Miss Polly Wright. It's the same. Hey, Lori. And so you guys can, if you subscribe to there, I'd appreciate it. I never push it. But this year, the rest of this year, I'm going to be pushing people to subscribe, because I have a lot of have a lot of people who follow me, but I end up going to other people's channels and I never promote my own. So I need to get better at that. So on Instagram, all platforms, I'm Miss Polly. So if you're looking for me, just put Miss Polly Wright, and you'll find me. Instagram, like I said, Facebook. On Facebook, I do have some groups I'm ahead of. A poly group called Poly Lounge. That one I just kind of help moderate, but that one's pretty interesting. Like I said, just poly people in general, finding people who are like-minded. So we go in there, just have conversation. But I usually tend to be on the more monogamous side when I'm dating and stuff. So it's just sometimes for a little bit of companionship to have conversation with. Polyandry group, so all that great stuff. But yes, you're back.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, Queen. Okay, so guys, what I'm gonna do now is I was gonna go into the definitions, but are y'all ready for me to just I can do the definitions through your test. So what I'm gonna do is I want to put up some of you guys tests, right? And I only have 4. And if you want, I can start on mine. But mine may be a little intimidated because y'all know I'm a super
Where do I send? Where do I send it? I'm sorry.
So
Where do
DM it to me, and I'll get
I?
that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with mine, and I can explain everything. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Let's start this. This is interesting. When I looked at that you guys test, and I looked at mine, I was like, "Whoa, it's a big difference." Yeah. Miss Molly, it was such a big difference. I was like, I should be married to a couple of people. I should have men all around. Like, it's enough freak to go around. Yes. And guys, please like the video, please. I totally appreciate it. Okay, so I'll put up my test. I was gonna do that last, but I'll put up my test so you guys can see it, and it will come up over our faces, and I'm just gonna talk through it, guys. Okay, because I don't want to make y'all wait so much longer. I can actually show you guys through the test. Now, hopefully, you guys can see it. Can you guys see the test? Just let me know if you guys can see it. I can see it on my end, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I can see it. I'm just drinking the juice. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, let's see. Now I can't get it any bigger, but can you guys see it clearly? You can see it. Okay. So let's look at the test, right? So the first, I would say 5 things. Now, it's usually the first 3 things, but I gave a lot of liberty because you guys are new to this. The first 5 things says everything about you guys. So just remember that, okay? So we're going to look at my test. The first thing it says is rope bunny. Now, you guys know that I have a fascination with handcuffs. So that's where that would be. the handcuffs, the rope, the whips, the chain. So that's where that would come. I was not surprised on that at all. And I will give you the best definition I could give you. So a rope bunny is someone who enjoys being tied up with ropes, but it can be anything that they can use to restrain you, right? It said it could be for a variety of reasons, including sexual or non-sexual. You know what I'm saying? It could be like, for punishment, anything, any type of role playing. Now, this person can be dominant or submissive that's doing this. It just depends on, what you want to do, how you want to play at that time, right? And the next one we have is a switch. Now, I know I'm a switch because I love being dominant. It means someone that loves being dominant or submissive. Like they can go back and forth. Very interesting. So switch is very interesting, right? Let me tell you why switch is interesting. Because usually you'll get like men. They're like, I have to control everything. I got to be dominant. I'm not doing nothing, weird or what they call sweet, and a lot of men are switches. A lot of men are switches and don't know it. If you gave this test to your man and switch was more than 50%, all that tough talk he talking about, no, you can get him to change. Trust me, he's capping. And yeah, he's capping. And the switch is good because it's like you're a team player. You think like right, Miss Polly? Like you're a team player. Like it doesn't have to be your way. It could be both of our ways, So the switch is someone who goes back and forth between dominating and being submissive. It depends on the mood. So the dynamic change depends on their mood. So you can either be dominant or submissive, right? Oh, look, we have another friend. Hey, now this guy, let me tell you about this guy. This guy, he was up last week. This king is, when I tell you, if I say, hey, I need you to come and help me with this, or just like everybody here, but he always holds me down, and I couldn't get my hands on his test, because he's a man's man. But yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. Y'all welcome Blue. Hey, Blue. Let me take this. Hey, Blue, how you doing? I know we got a test on your face.
No, I didn't finish the test, so that's totally my fault. I got halfway in. I thought it was going to take like 5 minutes, and it was going to take a little bit longer, so I didn't finish it. That's totally my fault.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm going through the things, and I was doing it on mine. But yeah, mine is real interesting. I was doing it on mine. And Mario is going. Let's see, okay, and Mario's back too. And I was waiting for the person that I wanted to bring up, but you know what? It's some interesting people here I could bring up also. But let me go through the first 5, and then I'm gonna bring up somebody that's somebody else, right? So if y'all remember, I had Switch and I had Rope Bunny, right? I also have Brett. Now this is why I lost my relationship, the last relationship. Let me tell you about a Brett. A brat, you gotta have the right man to be a brat, and I ain't had the right man, I don't think. So a brat is someone like they do stuff to like irk their man. If you ever seen me on IG, right? See, look at Miss Polly. If you ever see me on IG, I talk about, I just want to get him mad to see how he gonna act, and the sex is gonna be great. If you have the wrong man, that will scare a man away. You know what I'm saying? Like some men can't deal with that. So you have to know if you can deal with a person that's a brat. And I'm going to show you how you can tell, right? So I just want to give you the definition of a brat. Yes, I want you guys to look at y'all tests too, because I'm going to go over some of them. But y'all can see. So you can take any test and explain this stuff. And look at the percentage. So mine, top 3. Now, let me tell you how you know if your man can deal with a brat or not. Let me tell you what a brat is. A brat is a person who loves to playfully push buttons and break rules. They behave this way to deliberately provoke attention from their dominance. So they're usually submissive, right? Now, who would control a brat but a brat tamer? So if your man had brat taming this over, I would say if you're more than 50%, he would have to be at least 70, 75%, at least 70. Get that man at least 70, because if not, he gonna have an issue with you acting crazy or you acting up all the time. It's gonna get on his nerves. See, Miss Polly? Let me tell you what a brat tamer is. A brat tamer is it's a partner who disciplines a naughty or disobedient submissive partner, which is the brat. So you get what I'm saying, guys? If y'all don't understand the chat, whatever, y'all let me know. But that's how you know if your man can deal with you, if you have a high percentage of that, right? So please look at your test. Yeah, right, Miss Polly? Oh, and Marielle, is this your beautiful... Right? I got you. We also have another beautiful young lady up here. So we got the troops. It's going down tonight. We got the troops up in here. Hi, Miss Sarah Gee. Hi, beautiful. Oh, she's on mute. Unmute, beautiful. Unmute. We're just going through the tests, and
she might still be at work though. She don't get up until like a couple of minutes. So, but she's here.
No problem. She getting the bag. I am not mad at that. No problem. And she is Marielle's significant other. And this is going to be interesting. Y'all already know I was going to have couples up here, but this is going to be interesting. And no, I do not have their test, but they know a lot about what I'm talking about. So we definitely going to talk about that, right?
Oh,
so
I just sent you my test. So
I got you. Okay. And I'm going to do... Okay, so let me do the last two. Now, voyeur. Y'all always hear me talk about how I like to watch. I like to watch my man with other women, to pick up like pointers. I also like to watch other people. So that's what a voyeur does, right? It's interesting because I didn't know, like, some of these things I figured out like last minute. I was like, oh, let's go with this. I didn't know that. So what a voyeur does, and see if it's on your test, is someone who is sexually gratified by observing people. Now, the voyeur would derive pleasure from watching an exhibitionist. So, and what is the exhibitionist? The exhibitionist is the person that's putting on the show. I didn't know there was a term for that, but that's what I found out when I looked up voyeur, right? So the exhibitionist is the person who puts themselves on display, and the voyeur is the person who derives pleasure from watching exhibitionists. So I need to find an exhibitionist since it's so high up on my list. Okay, and the experimentalist, right? So I don't know if y'all hear me always say that I will do anything once, and if I like it, I'll do it twice on Sunday. So that's what the experimentalist is, right? The interesting thing, and I'm pretty sure, like Mario, you've heard of all this stuff. They are not stingy. Like, they will try it. If you like it, it's almost like a man and a woman, and you want your man to, watch Love and Hip Hop with you. He don't want to do that, but just because you like it, he'll do that. I try to make it realistic, Yes, thank you, Lori. Yes. So he's always good to have around. You get what I'm saying? You won't get too much of a no for him if it's higher than 70%. That's an interesting brother. I would say that's a keeper. I would definitely say that's a keeper. The experimentalist is usually they can be dominant or submissive, depending on like what role they're playing and what they call the BDSM play or kink play, right? So that's me. So y'all see where I'm going with this? Now I'm gonna get to y'all in a minute, but y'all get where I'm going with this. And please, guys, gotta be open-minded, right? So I'm going to do a person. So this is going to be test 2. So test 2 know who they are, and they ain't gotta say it. All right, because all this is anonymous. All of it's anonymous. Test 2. Let's talk about test 2. Test 2 is very interesting. Test 2 is very dear to my heart. And I wanted to let them know, and I'm hoping that test 2 gave this to a partner or somebody that they love. So we can go over it. Test 2, hopefully, you looking. So test 2 is 94% a brat. That means that they start trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering what type of partner they got. I should have asked them to give me their partner's test, but I don't want to get in their business like that. But test 2, please look and see if your partner is a brat tamer. See what the percentage is. You ain't got to tell me now because I don't want nobody to know who it is, but this is just stuff to look for. If he's under 50% of a brat tamer, you get on his damn nerves. You know what I'm saying? Right, Mario? you get on that man's nerves. You know what I'm saying? But he love you. He love you, and I know this for a fact. You know what I'm saying? That was real interesting because you just like to start trouble. But I love that about you, sis. Okay, now I wasn't surprised with this part. They are 79% submissive. I was not surprised at that. And the only reason I wasn't surprised at that because they are very selfless. Very selfless. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a type of person that, if you need them, they'll be there. And, I would give them the shirt off my back because of how selfless they are. They make you want to be better. You know what I'm saying? So that's a rider right there. Okay, now the grade E, right? So that's interesting because that was a lot different. And Mario, you know about this one, right? So, and I'm gonna be honest, at the time, I didn't understand how important that is to a relationship. So what a degrader does, right? So let me tell you what a degrader is. A person that humiliates you and embarrasses, like they're submissive, and they do it with your consent. Right? So the degradee they like being, a submissive partner. They like being humiliated. They like being embarrassed during like sex play. Like they like this stuff, And I would be like, it would be interesting to watch since I'm a lawyer. But I thought that was amazing, right? Also, we have rope bunny. I know. And let me start highlighting some of these comments. Okay, the rope bunny is like I said, they like handcuffs. They just like to be restrained. So bonded. So this person is a real freak. They are a real freak. Like, I didn't know. They like the stuff that you wouldn't normally see. And I like that for them. I really do. I think that is amazing. Like and I just want to put y'all comments down here and everything. I thought it was amazing. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Now this one, right? Okay. Yes, this one is also interesting. So a masochist, right? So, and the way I'm trying to tell y'all is through the other one. So the masochist, masochist is the M in BDSM. So the masochist is really, really important, right? So what the masochist would be is they rely on pain for sexual gratification. So this person likes pain also. And it's up there, yeah, it's more than 50%. So I think this is amazing. I think this is really good. Go, hey, get it how you get it, And let me say some other stuff that was interesting on this one. And I'm doing the ones that's like really above 50%. This is what I didn't understand about this one. So they're about 61% vanilla, right? Now this is my problem with that. And Miss Polly, Marielle, Sarah, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? If you're doing this type of play, how can you be that vanilla? You know what I'm saying? Unless when you're playing like that, it's like in missionary. You get what I'm saying? Like that part didn't add up to me. So maybe that means they just like the regular play, which is Like nobody says they like to be vanilla and stuff like that. They like to be free. This person's a real freak. The vanilla part. So vanilla are people who stick to the standards in sexual play and roles. So they're always submissive. Now this person is a submissive, but they don't stick to regular stuff. The stuff that they are doing is not regular. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something about that? Because I was
Sure,
actually
jump
thought
whenever
about.
y'all feel like it. Go ahead,
Okay. So I thought about it about the vanilla thing. I think vanilla is more for people who like. Okay, you don't always have to be like every sexual moment doesn't have to be like okay BDSM or yeah we finna do this. We finna. Sometimes you want to have that romantic evening or that kind of like candlelit dinner type romantic touching massage and stuff like that. I think that's more of the vanilla side, more of it than just somebody who's just playing. But it does deal with like stuff without kinks or something like that. But I think that's what that's kind of for when it says like, yeah, I'm this kinky, but I'm still into the romantic side of that or the romantic aspect of the thing. And so I'm actually playing my rope because I'm gonna get some demonstrations.
Yes, he got props. Yeah, this is gonna be good. So I get it. Okay, so that makes sense. See how we got the king and people to break it down for you. So that makes sense because I was like, how is this vanilla right here? And okay, another one. Okay, now I can see switch, which means she could be dominant and she can also be a submissive. So we know she's a big submissive anyway. So she can also play dominant too, which means she got a backbone, which is good. I did like to hear that she has a backbone. So not mad at that at all. At all. Let me read some of these comments. Oh, thank you, Lori. I really like how you break this down because I honestly didn't know. Yeah, yes. Now I'm waiting for one. Because I'm waiting for one, but it's coming. And let's see something else. Okay. Y'all know what the switch is. So they go between submissive and dominant, definitely not selfish lovers. And we have, the non-monogamous, right? Very interesting because I found out a lot about what the non-monogamous is and what they are into. Never a dull moment with this person. Never a dull moment. Okay, so they can indulge in all kinds of fetishes and kink play. They can be dominant, submissive, or switch, which we can see she is, if they're into BDSM. So this is my thing. If this beautiful person is not into BDSM, I don't know what they are doing with their life because they would play a role so good that whoever they do the BDSM with, it's not going nowhere. They're not leaving. I wouldn't leave that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Okay, now this is the thing. The non-monogamous, and Maria help me with this, Sarah Blue. The non-monogamous is rarely a slave. So they say they don't like to give up their power. Is that the dominant side of her coming out? Because as we see, she's giving up a lot of power here to be a submissive. So how would that work? Hi, beautiful. How you doing? I'm gonna get to you in 1 minute. Mario, I'm gonna break this down and we're gonna talk to you.
Okay. Are we analyzing her thing as a whole now?
Well, I just want to say, like they say, the non-monogamous can't be slaves, right? And the slave. So the slave, guys, is a submissive person who gives up their power to a dominant individual. Now, it's a whole bunch of other terms for this, and we see it. We'll go into it, but she would be a slave though, right? Because technically she is, but she's not a slave in the master mistress type thing though, right? This would be another type of, it's not the regular slave, right?
She could count as a slave. Well, I don't see slave. Well, no, I do see slave. Yeah, slave. Yeah, it's right there underneath dominant. So at the most, she is a bratty, but she likes to be pretty much cursed out. Pretty much forced into submission. Yeah. Yeah. So if she would go to this, no, she wouldn't be classified as a slave. A slave is pretty much subservient.
And then the numbers, the percentage is low.
Very low. Very low for the
So
city.
she's definitely a brat though. She's definitely like a toxic brat.
Toxic, yeah. And I love it. Laurie, oh guys, I gotta explain. Since I'm just starting my YouTube, right? If y'all can, y'all, and if y'all want to tip me, y'all want to support the show, y'all will have to send it through either CashApp or Venmo. That's the only way I'm gonna get it because I don't have enough subscribers to get like the super chats and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but it will come straight to me, and I definitely appreciate y'all. So what I'll do, instead of like the super chat comes up and it tell you how much it gave, I'll be able to put it to roll it through like that. So I'll have to do something different. But yeah, I'm sorry about that, Lori, but I appreciate you, sis. That's the only way until I get 1,000 subscribers. Y'all know this is like my third show. So it's gonna take a little time, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much, y'all. Yeah. And I just want to do let's do one more, you know what I'm saying? And I think she can understand. And what she don't know, if you want to ask like any questions or whatever about any of this stuff, we're gonna answer it for you. Okay. And this was interesting too. An exhibitionist. Now y'all know what the exhibitionist said. She a freak. But I love it because she my sister. They be sleeping on her. They really be sleeping on her. So the exhibitionist is a person who puts themselves on display. So since I'm a voyeur, that would, like I told y'all before, it would go with the voyeur because the voyeur likes to watch and exhibitionist likes to put on a show. So you see how that works? Yes. So this one was interesting. I really appreciated seeing this one. I definitely did. Yes. Let's do, and let me tell you something, Marielle. I want to put yours on the screen, but I would have to, it's a whole thing I got to do. But I'm going to talk about yours too. And let's talk to your queen first, because I don't want to be rude. Hello, Miss Sarah G. How are you, beautiful? How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself? I'm literally just getting off work, so I apologize for the tardy, and I see that you see me looking to the left because I was just shutting everything down. But I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're great. And trust me, when you get into the bag, I don't stop nobody's bag. I just appreciate you coming. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't stopping nobody around here. I appreciate you coming, beautiful. Hopefully you keep coming back. Hopefully you like the show. Mario, would you like me to get to yours first, or should I go to someone else? Because I'm pretty sure I'm in. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, mine's is kind of interesting. So yeah, it's a little bit more things on there that you might be able to break down. So we can, yeah.
I know. And I tell you what, I can try to go to somebody else, and I'm gonna try to upload Mario's. I'm gonna try to do it that way so you guys can see it. Because I know it's gonna be interesting. Let's go to another person. They're not here yet. She also is at work. She gonna kill me because matter of fact, I'll show you one. Let me show you one that's interesting, right? This person, hopefully they don't know that I'm showing they test, and I ain't gonna say no more about it, but I had somebody that was really close to me, right? And when I did their test, I noticed that they had one or two things that I couldn't get with. And it kind of made me feel away. And it's one we didn't talk about yet. You probably scored real high on this too. I gotta look at yours, Mario. I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. So let me show y'all this one. Now y'all remember BDSM, right? So bondage, domination, discipline. Then there's the S. The S is sadism, sadism, right? That's the one I can't get with. You know what I'm talking about, Maria? I can't get with it, but you know who could get with it? The test that I just test 2 could get with that because they like pain. I don't like pain. So in order to have someone that scores over 70% in sadism, it's not going to work for me. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. Can't do it. You know what I'm talking about, Miss Valley? I can tell that you understand what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell y'all what the sadism is. Okay, so let's look at this. This person going to kill me. Can y'all see it? I guess the way I uploaded it. But I'm only going to do the first 5 anyway, right? So the switch. Now, they 100% switch, which means you pretty pretty much they selfless lovers. They can be dominant or submissive. I saw that. I was fine with that. We didn't have no problem. Okay, now this rigor, right? Let's talk about the rigor too, right? So, and I want to keep up with the comments. The rigor, right? And hey, Mr. King, hit the link, Mr. King, you come up. Okay, so let's talk about the rigor. So, the rigor is someone who enjoys tying other people up in a rope. Now, y'all remember I'm a rope bunny. I like to be tied up. Yes, you see that, guys? Can y'all see the whip? You see the handcuffs? Y'all know I have a fascination with handcuffs. So that worked for me. I was like, okay, we doing good. We doing good. Then we get to, okay, Primal Hunter. If anybody has that on their test, let me tell you what that is. And please look at this stuff. And if you're a rigger, you know, it's a lot of freaking. You got a lot of freaking. That's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of freak there. So we have two, right? There's a primal hunter and a primal prey. So the primal hunter, now this is a problem a little bit, right? They like to fight. Primals like to fight, right? But they, right, Mario, you see what I'm saying, right? So primals like to fight in like what they call kink play. They like to be physical, and I like to be dominated. So that was working for me, right? So I had to dive in a little bit more. So you guys out it, you know. With the primals, right, and the hunter. So the hunters are dominant. They're usually always dominant. They hunt their prey down, right, and they try everything they can to control them. So in that, let's say, because this is what that could be, right? Let's say I didn't want to do anything, or you got to understand how far that can go, because it may not go how you like it. So you got to be careful with that. So if you were me and you were looking at this person, you would keep going down to see what's going on. Now, because that person is what they call primal hunter, you would always see usually the brat tamer if they could deal with the brat. Now, y'all remember I had scored big on the brat too. I like to start trouble. So since they are 94% brat, which means they could, and he used to cut me all the way down. Like he had no problem getting me together. You know what I'm saying? And it was sexy to me, so I was good with that. And we also know he's dominant from the other traits. So he was looking at the traits, the primal hunter and the brat tamer and the rigger. So it just say dominant. It's screaming dominant. You know what I'm saying? Man's man, you know. And then the degrader bothered me a little bit too, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's certain things you're not going to be able to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So, and we had some talks where he was saying that, you know what I'm saying, that he would do certain things to make me feel a certain way if I got out of line. And that's what the degrader do. So we talked about that. The degrader is the one who humiliates you, you know, and embarrasses you, but they usually do it with your consent. I ain't really into that, you know, so it was like, okay. Now we got to the sadist. If y'all can see the sadist was 77%. Now that means, one, there may be a very, 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 very good, yeah, he like to make you hurt. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know how to say it no better. This man likes to make you hurt. You know what I'm saying? And so any type of regular, you know, any type of regular sex you might think you may have with him, this person here, it ain't gonna go like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be something else. If he want to do something to you, 9 times out of 10 he gonna do it. But usually all this is consensual. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's all consensual. BDSM should be always consensual. But let me tell you what a sadist is. And it scares me a little bit. This is the one thing I don't know if I can get with like that. It would have to be 99% trust. You get what I'm saying, Miss Polly? 99%. So I say this. Now that's the S in BDSM. That's a hard one. He don't play no games. He's usually the type of man that you would see like in a bar fight Slapping, you know what I'm saying? Slapping your brother up, you know what I'm saying? After he punched you in the eye. Like, he usually don't lose. That's what I'm saying. He probably got them hands. He about this life. And if you're not about this life, it's probably not gonna work, right? So he's someone who enjoys inflicting pain on others in a sexual or mental sense. And son had my head gone, like gone. You know what I'm saying? My Brooklyn accent. And he likes seeing other people hurt. So if y'all gave this test to y'all man, look at the sadist part. If it's over 50%, you may have an issue. Check this out.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you, Miss Polly. Sadists are all about hurting others, usually, and they get off sexually from that. So if you hurting, you know what I'm saying? He liked that. He liked that. So I couldn't really get with that. It made me say, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I did enjoy the dominance. I did enjoy the, he a man. I enjoyed all that. I was very safe with him. I enjoyed all that. But it was just certain things I couldn't get with. Yes, Mr. King. Okay, so Mr. King said he about 97. Yeah. They said dominant was 97%. So this is somebody not to play with. But this is also somebody that may not be empathetic. And he was not empathetic to anything. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could just got hit by a car. He was like, well, they should have walked in front of the car. And I was like, I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. Like, it was, but look out for that stuff, guys. And I'll bring up more tests and stuff like that. Let me, can you talk a little bit about your toys, Mario, or talk about like what you do and what you like. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna get your test up. I had a couple of issues, but I'm gonna get your test up while you do that, okay?
Okay, cool. Let's see. I've been doing BDSM for the past, I want to say about 4 years now. As far as like studying it, in and out. Being a part of the lifestyle though for about 2 years. As far as like being actively participating in it. I discovered it a couple of like probably about I want to say maybe about 7 years ago or something like that, but I just didn't have the partner at the time that wanted to do something like that. So but after me and her broke up or whatsoever, it became more I became more interested into it. So I got into it, had my very first dom. Had my very first dom, and it was a kind of experience. It was something that I had to kind of learn as I went. But I did have a really good dom. I know one thing that you want to look for is like people who are, especially if you're starting off or something like that, somebody who actually have experience in it.
Right.
I mean, I can see like couples kind of going in it at the time, but make sure that you actually have like proper or do proper research or something like that. But anyway, like I'm sorry.
Before you get into it, like before you get into it,
before you actually get into it, because like it's extremely dangerous. It can be extremely dangerous, physically and mentally. There's a huge mental aspect that goes into being a dom, especially me. I'm more of a switch, and you'll be able to see once my thing comes up. But I'm a switch, so I can play both sides, dom and sub. But being in either one can be can damage the mental if you don't have what is called aftercare. So there's several things. There's several sessions in BDSM that you want to go through as far as like routine, as far as like warming up to it, actually going into it, which is where foreplay is at. Then you have like impact play, which is where like, okay, yeah, this is the main thing that we here for and stuff like that. And then you have aftercare, which is where you want to, like, if somebody who is a dom, say for instance, so say like for instance she's playing dom and stuff like that. Afterwards, we want to take her out of that mindset, make sure that she's gonna stay in that mindset of being dom or something like that, but she's able to calm down and go back to being nurturing or something like that. And then I'm in a submissive mode. I want to make sure, she will care afterwards and make sure that, I can get back into the mental stuff of remembering, like, okay, this is reality and not fantasy no more, because BDSM is fulfilling fantasies, not fulfilling realities, but fulfilling fantasies. So once you're done with that, you want to make sure that you come back to reality, because you don't want to get stuck in being a dominant mode, and we're being dominant, or we're playing dominant and sub, and next thing you know, we at Walmart, and she's like, "What you said? What? What's my name, mistress? Oh, wait, we not playing right now, babe." Whatsoever. So you just gotta know your partner. One more thing, there is a such thing as communication and consent, or whatsoever. Consent is very big into it. You want to make sure that you actually have the consent, and we'll get more into it. But Dom want to make sure that they have the consent. I'm sorry.
Like a safe word.
That's different than consent. Safe word is like your way to make sure that you don't get pushed past your limits of what you're willing to take.
Yes. Yeah.
And consent is, I will allow you to be my dom. This is not something that's forced upon just because I'm your husband and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I discovered BDSM, so now I'm finna come out. No, I don't want to do that, babe. Okay, but consent is okay. Yeah, let's try it.
Divorce.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that the submissive person has the most power. They basically make all the rules. It's at what they're willing to receive and take from the other person. So, yes, you may be the one that wants to get paddled, so to speak, or you may be the one that wants to be degraded or tied down or anything like that. But your dom has to listen to your limits. So if you have hard no's, like, I refuse to do this, this is not what I'm going to do, then they have to abide by your boundaries.
I get it. Okay. I get it. That makes sense. So, guys, I was telling y'all, consent. Don't go to jail. Like Mario said, because some of this stuff is no joke. Some of this stuff, I was like, wait a minute, that I hadn't even heard of. And I was like, and I sometimes just feel like I done did everything. But I was just like, wait a minute, like the rigger. Like, have y'all heard of something called the rigger and what they call a rope top? I had never heard of a rope top, but it's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's super interesting, and we'll go more into that. But and
I can definitely tell you about the rigger and the rope play.
Tell me, yes, because that's interesting.
And there's levels to that too. There's levels to that too.
4 levels to it. We are getting there, but okay, this is what the rope's for. You have different ways of tying up people. You have some which is, I would say, level 1 or something like that, where it's just like you're tying up your hand. I'm not gonna really fully on. Well, I could. Where
that's a real rope too. Like,
it's 30 foot. It's Japanese silk, so you want to be careful about, because
and the material it makes it easier where it doesn't cause as much pain. Well, you could cause pain, but it doesn't give you all of the rope burns and all of that other stuff. And there's a certain kind of way you have to tie it in order to be secure without causing pain.
That is I love that. Like, there's so much to learn. Yes. We should do a rope tying class.
and actually, that would be great, because Jay, that's the person who teach me how to rig and stuff like that. She's extremely good.
She's good at it.
So you will love that.
She teaches intimacy classes and everything under the sun. So if you want to deep dive into the lifestyle and learn a little bit more, that would be your best point of reference, at least from my choice.
She's definitely equivalent to Miss Bully. Definitely equivalent.
Make that an episode. That would be great. And I think, like Mr. King, he said was shibari the Japanese art of rope tying?
Yep.
Shibari, yes, I love shibari. Shibari, if you ever get to look at like there's people that will do shibari, and they could make like designs of out the rope going down people's back. I saw some where a guy tied up a person and it made a rose on her chest in between Like
It's very it's very artsy. It invokes talent and skill, and it's not easy. You may think that you're just gonna like and bust somebody out with some rope. No, it takes patience. And
I'm
on top of it,
excited that I'm getting to learn some stuff. Like, like yes, this is like amazing. And I
it's
did download
empowering.
your test. Yes, because you know what? I think the worst thing is being bored and you know with somebody that you love and you just bored. That's why I was like, you know what? I could be like really timid, but y'all know I had a timid gene. You know, I'm out there. And you know what I'm saying? I was just like, why not bring this to the people, but bring it to it in a classy, you know, educational way instead of just, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for that. So, you know, and I have Marielle's test now. I did it. I'm getting good at this. Can't start a live, but I do all that, right? Okay, so here we go. Now let's show Marielle's test. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet, but I can't wait.
I guess everybody gonna be surprised. Oh yeah, here we go.
Did you take a new one?
Yeah, I just took it. Yeah. So I was going. Yeah, you gotta have to take a new one. You know, and it's good to take one. Like this is my 4th test. It's good to take one every year because you change over the time, especially if you open up to new stuff. So yeah, this is the newest one.
Oh yeah, I can see this. I could see this. This is funny to me.
So, Marielle, would you like me to break it down or?
Yeah, you've been doing a good job at it. So yeah, if you want to, and I'll fill in on stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so this is so strange to me because this is my brother. But here we go. So, okay, now I can see. So he's 100% switch. That means that he is open to, you know, being a dominant or submissive, which means he's a very selfless lover. You know, we've been talking about that. Look for the selfless brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because they care about how you feel. You get what I'm saying? If you like it, you know, that's like important. It's not like the Satans. Satans don't give a damn about nothing. Like total difference. And we had, the rigger. Now he just talked about the rope. So we know how he feel about the rope. You know, he a professional with the rope. And he got what? Oh, and that was now let me tell you something about this test. I haven't seen any hundreds on anything. Even the one I did, there was no 100. So I mean, whatever they say, that's what he do. Like he's professional with that. He does it, right? Okay. So he's a rope. So you like to be tied up, Marielle? That's 100%. Okay, I'm not mad at that because you know I was high up there. I was 94%, something like that. So I'm not mad at that. Okay. Oh, and he's an exhibitionist. That's high. That's 91%. So you like taking your clothes off, huh?
I feel that this is too revealing. Let me cover up.
Really? That's so funny. Not the turtleneck.
I know. I really love that. I think that's amazing. Okay, but now I wish I had your test, Miss G, because I really wanted to see how you compare and contrast. But it's okay.
I haven't taken my most recent, but the last one I took was, I want to say it was like late last year. I don't know how to send it to you, but I do have it accessible.
Yes, because I want you to even read off to me like the first 5, and we can talk about it because I'm getting real good at this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you wanna, because the way I get it is through the DM, and you would have to be following me on Instagram to give it to me.
It's okay. I can start stalking you, no problem.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Just send me a post. Sexy.
I'm not mad at that. Okay. And now we knew he was a dominant though. I always knew that Mara was a dominant. He looked soft, but he plays no damn games. You know what I'm saying? Very nice, always smiling. He does not play. So I knew the dominant was coming, and that's not even surprising me on that part. So he's 91%. So he's up there like with the other gentlemen. Like they can protect themselves, they can protect you. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking for something. So you see, now check this out. This is how you get a man that's level on emotions, on life, or how he's going to treat you. If y'all can see where his sadist is at, if y'all can look and see it, his sadist is at 46%. You get what I'm saying? So that would even out with the dominant. You get what I'm saying? So that means he has empathy. You get what I'm saying? He'll have love for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, how else can I explain that? You know,
and the sadism is it that I believe that even came from the fact that I like for my partner to be sexually tortured. And what I mean by sexually tortured is like when you orgasm, don't stop. Just wear her out with the sensitivity. I don't care if he's saying stop, no more. No, you finna take all of this and stuff like that. I don't care what you say. So that's probably where that came from or something like that. But like, yeah.
I just sent him mine so he could send it to you.
Okay.
But I can also tell you what it says. So we can
let's compare.
All right. So
what's the first one and how much is the percent?
100% switch.
Okay, so that's good because that means y'all level when it comes to both of y'all can be dominant and submissive. So that okay, I like that. So I'm noticing a lot of women are scoring high on the switch part, and the men are scoring high. So you know what that means? Like again, that's selfless lover. You know what I'm saying? You can play whatever your partner needs. I love it. Go ahead. What's the next one?
My next one is 96% voyeur.
Oh. She liked to watch. I like to watch too. Okay, so let me tell you how this works with Marielle. Okay, so if she's 97% a voyeur, Marielle is 94% an exhibitionist. So he is her show. You know what I'm saying? So that works out well together. That's almost a match made in damn heaven, I would say. Okay, I see y'all. All right. What's the next one?
The next one is 89% rigor. But I think if I take my test today, my numbers would be a lot greener at the top.
I get it. Because we'll change. Evolution. Yes.
Once you learn more, you like more.
Yes. I definitely get that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I see that. And Marielle did send it to me, but I want you to keep reading it.
All right. The next one is 79% master/mistress.
Oh, let's talk about that. And I was glad somebody had it, right? So guys, let me tell y'all what the what the master/mistress is. And please, guys, excuse me. What happens is the people from Facebook should have been able to see it, but I forgot I got all my videos set to only me to see it. So what I have to do is publish it afterwards. Sorry about that. I just saw what happened because Facebook is usually interested on the comments, but it's okay. They'll comment later. They'll be hitting me. Okay, so let's talk about this because I actually, if y'all can see, I got notes here, right? I drew the line at a certain point. And if y'all could see, and y'all probably can't, under that line was master and mistress. Because this is where BDSM, it gets a little more kinkier. And the reason I say that is because this is where we get into the role playing. I mean, like, and look at Miss G, see her face? Yes, because I mean, they role play. Like, it's almost like they turn into other people. Yes, and let me know what you're talking about, Sha. What exactly? And I'll break it down for you. So let me tell y'all what it's master and mistress. That's what it is. It was kind of like low on everybody. So to see that hers was so high was amazing, right? So and let me so I can break it down. It goes with a lot. So the master and mistress, that would be what they call the honorary title of a dominant partner, right? Right? Thank you. So I'll be doing my research. I do this. I graduated college.
BDSM Academy.
And master and mistress and stuff like that, there's different titles. Like that's the main title that people mainly use, or the most common one. But you have people that are called goddesses. You have some people that are called mistress. Some people that are called queens, or king, or something like that. Me specifically, when I'm in down mode, what's my name?
Sensei.
There you go.
Oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm. But teacher or stuff like that as well. So it's different titles, but master and mistress is just the most commonly used.
And it's funny, right? Because I wrote down, I'm looking at about 19 of the names here. I did write it on another. Y'all know I have. If y'all, haven't seen me on the morning show, I always have notes. It's 19. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me move this test here. It's 19 of them. I didn't know if we were going to get into that because I knew that the tests were really going to take us somewhere. So
Hello.
that was that, right? I'm gonna bring Mario test back up because we comparing. Now this is the thing, right? When I saw the master mistress, I had to keep going because it was so much to go into it. Matter of fact, what's your next one? Because you may have the next one if you have the master mistress.
My next one is dominant.
Okay.
I'm 79% dominant.
That makes sense because you would switch. So y'all see what I'm talking about? Like the switch, they can play either role. So we know she's submissive because of the, they both submissive because of the rigor. But y'all get what I'm saying? Hopefully, like this is starting to set in for y'all. Let me ask you, where is do you have pet or owner anywhere on your test? And what's the percentage?
Owner is actually 33%. And I don't really have pet on mine. That's not something that I personally prefer.
I'm the same way. I didn't.
Like I'm not against anybody that loves pet play or for pet play and all of that other stuff. But that's not my thing. I do like to, I guess.
What about the owner? Did you do like? And I'm gonna break this down, guys.
She likes the collar.
I was about to say I do like the power that goes into being the owner. Like I like the dominance that you get to portray onto somebody else, and I like the fact that you are allowing me that much control in those moments. It's when you learn how to tie, or when you get somebody with a collar and they have the leash, just a slight tug gives you an instant gratification of it almost sends tingles down your body.
Oh, I had to try this thing.
and I want to say something because we did just bring up the collar. Sometimes you will see people, and this is how you know that they are a part of the community. You have different like people who have different organizations. They have different signs, symbols, and stuff like that. Like the LGBT, you'll see a lot of people that will wear rainbow flags and stuff like that. With people who are into BDSM, especially a couple or something like that, you'll see some people that will wear a lock, or they'll have a collar and they'll have a lock on it. And then there's
some people have a collar with the key on it.
And that's the person with the lock is the slave or the sub,
slave, yes.
And the person with the key is the mistress or dom.
Yep.
So that makes sense. A matter of fact, just simplify it. It's like they say, it's owner and pet. So I tell you what, y'all ever seen where y'all look on TV and y'all see whether it's walking in like what we were talking about last week, where you go into those clubs, those sex clubs and stuff like that, and you see the guy on the leash and he on all fours and they spanking him, or that would be the pet. You get what I'm saying? And the person that's doing the spanking would be the owner. So can y'all understand? Like, and
you can have multiple. You can play multiple roles in one relationship. You can be an owner and a dominant at the same time. You can be the rigger and the owner. You know what I'm saying? In that same situation, you have people that are just very much intrigued by the idea of the kink, and And so they may not be your technical submissive, but they like that you treat them like a pet.
I get it. Is that like what you would call like full how can I say it? Full submission? Well, there's one more but that's close to it, right? Because I saw one. I saw one and I was just like, wow, like they going in. Okay, there's like a daddy mommy.
Yeah.
That was interesting, right? The daddy mommy. Let me tell you what the daddy mommy is, guys. The daddy mommy, it's usually when an older, more dominant partner. They like to say male, but it could be male or female. They're with a younger, submissive partner, telling them what to do. That person is always dominant. Whoever's the mommy and the daddy is always dominant. Now, with that, since they're playing a mommy daddy, it would have to be like what they call a boy girl. And I'm pretty sure y'all see that on some of the tests. I'm going to look and see if some of them are up there. That is, now this is the funny part. Now, let's say you with your partner, y'all want to do boy girl. It could be one or both of the parties. They act like a child or just much younger than they are. And they have like the kink play like that. I didn't really have issues with that one though. Because another form of role playing.
It's called age play.
And that's different from mommy and daddy though.
Oh no, not age play. Age play can be a form of mommy and daddy, or it can be a form of like old like sugar daddy and
sugar daddy,
cougar or something like that.
Yes.
So you do have a lot of people that are into age play where it's not necessarily. I know some people will probably think like, oh, like you playing as a child and stuff like that. And it's not necessarily saying that because mind you, BDSM does not always have to include sex. It's just it's just fulfilling fantasies. Now, that's all that it is in a nutshell.
Well, it's a little bit more than just fulfilling fantasies because it's also it has healing properties as well. If you're a person that's been that has trauma, it allows you. It allows you to help release some of that trauma and connect with another person that builds you up. So, and it also builds intimacy.
Yeah, because with age play, you have a lot of people with age play that can't have children or didn't have a good childhood life and stuff like that. So their therapy or their release or whatsoever it is, I want to revert back to being a child and somebody to take care of me and nurture me and stuff like that. Or I want to be a child. I want to be a parent to somebody or something like that. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I want you to dress up like a baby. We're going to have sex. Like, no, you're going to dress up like a child and like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to come feed you. And the same thing with pet play. You have some that are like dogs. So they're treated like dogs. Not necessarily have to have sex. But it's like, oh, I keep you in a cage. I come out, I bring you, and I feed you. I might reward you. Come lay on my lap, and they'll come lay on the lap and stuff like that. So that's pretty much.
That is amazing. Yeah. So that's what pets do. They really pets. Now I didn't understand that until you said it. I just thought they like to
like they bark. There's some that don't. You can't say nothing. You have to bark. You have to eat out of a bowl. You get put into a cage. Yes.
Yep. Some that you are only allowed to walk on all fours until I tell you to stop. You have to sit and stay. And there's some people that not necessarily that they want to be the dog. Like some people, it's some people want to be a
cat, a horse,
a horse.
They did say any animal. They did say that. Yep, they did say.
But see, this is why aftercare is so important. This is why aftercare is so important because you're taking on these roles and stuff like that mentally and being mental put into there. So aftercare, you want to put back into reality out of that. But yeah.
That is amazing.
And it also makes you feel comfortable that you have not that you're not being judged about your preferences. Like you have to have somebody that's willing to accept it and be willing to encourage what you're into. Because not everybody is going to be for it.
Yeah. That's why it was one. This is the thing about this topic, right? So many relationships are dead and dying. And I was a little hesitant on doing this at first, but then I said I have to be myself because hopefully, my king, whoever he is, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll sit him down and show him this. You know what I'm saying? Tell him, like, you got a different type of freak on your hands. And you may want to don't come with that regular vanilla sex. It ain't gonna work for me. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying, Queen? Like it ain't gonna work.
It's a fun experience to take the test with the person and go through it together and have that conversation, because it opens up so many different things that you never would have thought to talk about.
Surprise yourself. Yes, you will surprise yourself. And I cannot wait. I had a chance. I wanted to give it to like different people just to see, because I learned so much about people from their tests. And I don't judge anything. Hey, you like what you like, but you can tell this test what a person kind of is about, because everything that's in these tests I can see in the people that gave me the test. You get what I'm saying? Like I get it. So, and yourself plays into how you have relations, how you express yourself, mentally and physically. So it makes sense. It definitely does make sense.
And the stage in your life of where you are, that's where the test is giving you that gauge. And I'm sorry for cutting you off, Mama. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, definitely. And so it's almost 10 o'clock, right? But I just want to make sure, is there anything we didn't cover? Like,
wait, I didn't say mine. I apologize. I was sitting back.
We got to get to Miss Polly.
Yes, Miss
Okay.
Polly.
Well, listen, I will tell you. So I live next to corn. Okay, I'm in Nebraska, but like corn's in the back of my house. So the cornfield was on fire. So I had to take a moment. So, but it's okay for now. At least I think
the children of the corn. You don't found the children of the corn.
Somebody did set it on fire, but I'm not sure. It's bad. Yeah.
Everything good. That's crazy. Somebody set it on fire.
Yeah. I think it was somebody because they're cutting it down because it's fall time. They're cutting it down. I think somebody was running out there with a cigarette and dropped it or something, and that happened. So yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check again, but the fire departments are already out there, so it started getting bigger and bigger. So since it's right on the I'm literally like 5 feet away from it. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't coming all the way over. Yeah, I'm gonna walk outside. Yeah, it's okay though. I will tell you mine because I know you got about a couple more minutes, but
I took I want the first 5, Miss Polly.
Okay, I'll tell you the first 5. The percentage is different because I had to redo it real fast, but it is going to be it's not it's submissive.
What? What's the percentage in your submissive?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the new test. The other one was a little bit different. This one's 93% submissive.
93% submissive. That's amazing. That's selfless. Yeah. Okay.
92% voyeur.
Oh, you like to watch? Okay.
I do. Well, I'm also a compersionist, so I enjoy to watch my partner be loved by others. So that's fine.
Me too. What's that called? I didn't hear that one. What's that one called?
Compersionist. That's not on here, but it's a thing. Compersionist means like I get pleasure out of seeing my partners get pleased.
I do.
It doesn't have to be sexual.
I never know the term for that. But voyeur. Oh, hey, we learned something new. I'm gonna add that one to the list. Okay. Mary, I think you muted. Oh no, you're not. You're good. Okay.
Oh yeah, and then degradee. It's 85%. In certain atmospheres, I think it can be very okay. Like I think with people you trust. Now you don't let some man come out nowhere talking about we might get that turned up, Polly. But if it's but if it's my partners and I might I don't know I might be okay. I'd be like I'm okay.
I like it. It's a little bit of everything. I like it.
Right. 79% of brat.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because we were talking about that yesterday, kind of on the IG, where we like.
I think I am a brat.
Yeah, round up. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I like to harass people occasionally, like even. I remember one time I was with my partners and I was like, going back and forth from one room to the other one, just harassing them for no reason. It was just like taking down their socks and running off. I don't know. Sounded exciting.
I think every woman has a little bit of that in it, but mine was high too. That's how mine was in the 90s. I know I like to start trouble. So yeah, it's what it is.
Like, yeah. The last one was a experimentalist.
Ooh.
And then the next one was slave.
And slave? What's the slave percentage?
69.
That's a great number.
I like that
Why
number.
you laugh like that?
I like it. Y'all ladies are not boring at all.
I will say, I think it is.
Me too.
I think for someone who knows that I have more than one male partner, they would usually think I would be like a mistress or something, or more dominant, but I'm not.
You're very submissive, I'm noticing, because those are all like very submissive roles, which is very interesting because like even when you talk, you're very feminine, just like Miss G. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got a lot of freaking y'all. I like that about y'all. I like that about you. Y'all my friends, y'all my dogs, y'all my people. I like that.
I say they lead. When people ask, "Oh, who you leading?" I said, "No, I don't lead. They lead. I don't lead." That's how I say.
Amazing. And let me tell y'all what the slave is. I didn't go over the slave, but we talked about it a little bit. This is a submissive person who gives up their power to a dominant individual, known as a master or mistress, in total power. Like they give it all up. You know what I'm saying? Which is very selfless again, because people like to give up their power. So it's almost like this switch, but it's on a whole nother level times 100.
Yeah, like basically a slave. Okay, perfect example. You're giving up your power. You're waiting for your dom to tell you it's okay to come. Like, you know how hard it is to stop yourself, and you want to. It's like that heightens the intrigue. You want to come so bad. You're getting so close, and they're edging you to the point where you almost can't stop yourself, and you're waiting, begging, inching, fiending for them to say, go.
Amazing. And I did see something about that, Miss G, online where they were saying like orgasm denial, orgasm deprivation. It was another one. I was like
edging.
And yeah, it's called edge play. And it's
that's the edge.
It's I find women liking that a lot more because it's a build up. So when it builds up and y'all like to see it come out for some odd reason, but yeah. If you really want it to be like, oh snap, and you have to like do the matrix and stuff like that, yeah, S play and get him like maybe like, oh, pick a number, babe, and he'd be like, 1 through 5 and 3. Okay, 3 times I'm going to stop you when you get close, or I wouldn't even say nothing, but I'm gonna stop you when you get close, and yeah, you want to see a man squirm, like stop him from coming, or when after he's finished coming, keep going, like play with the head or the tip or something like that.
I do that all the time.
Watch him go crazy. Like,
yeah, the last part. Oh, amazing. Now y'all know I'm crazy enough to try some of this stuff. Somebody gonna get this work.
but just be prepared. I hope that you got quick reflexes. You might have to, do the matrix real quick. Shooter.
I'm gonna invite y'all to the baby shower. I'm like, I didn't have it down back. That is amazing. And let me tell y'all guys, I like these tests too, because we have jumped so far into the world of BDSM, and in such a short time. We only been up here technically an hour, because the issues we were having. So that's amazing. Like, and let me ask you, Miss Polly, we did 5. Slave was the last one.
Lord praise him. Hang on. I was like, you got me switching back forth. I apologize. Okay, let's see here. The slave, and then non-monogamous was the next one, which that just makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
But the primal was the next one. The primal was the next one after that.
That's
Which one, the
interesting.
hunter or the prey? The prey.
The prey.
The prey.
Oh,
Yeah.
you a
So
prey?
it makes
Okay.
sense.
I would
Yeah.
never. I guess I wouldn't think that you was a prey though. Well, that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it
well,
would
let's
make
go over
sense.
the praise. That's because it didn't make sense to me because of the other ones. But okay, so let me go with the prey is. Y'all remember that we talked about the hunter, right? So the primal prey. So again, so the hunter was a person like enjoys fighting, like I was saying. They're usually dominants and they'll hunt down their prey and try everything to control it. So the prey was someone who enjoys mimicking, well, they say it, mimicking an animal or play that they identify with during sexual activity. They're submissive. Now you remember Miss Polly was 100% submissive. So most of the things on her test would have been submissive, which is very selfless work. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of us had. But I never seen 100% submissive ever on a test. And this is my second show I've done of this. And I may put out snippets of the first one when we had the old, not the old, but the first Unique Expressions podcast. But it was much different because I had an actual dominatrix. We're still friends to this day. And Mario also. I had actual dominatrix breaking down what this stuff was. And I didn't know anything about it. So I was like dead headlights. But now to understand what some of this stuff is, let me tell you something. If you can understand like what's going on, you can sit down with your partner and say, look, this is what I like, this is what I need. You can take those tests and give it to your partner and figure out if y'all need to, if you're married and you're stuck, you know what I'm saying? It's some stuff that y'all gotta learn. But if you're not and it's just your partner, y'all can get that partner to do whatever, especially in a role playing era. You know what I'm saying? And those that didn't take the test or want to take the test or is watching this later on because it will be published, and I really don't have anything to edit on this, which is amazing. I love you guys. I can put this.
You know what? Wait, before you end it. One of my partners said I could read his. If you wanted to.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first one was exhibitionist at 97. I believe that is that should be 110. Truthfully, that's fine.
Like that, okay, like to take it off.
He is already off all the time. 96 voyeur.
Hey Jay, your voice. Wait. I've never seen that either. So he likes to take it off, but he also likes to watch.
Yes.
I said multiple-talented. That's high, and both of them are high. So yeah, he is super freak. Okay, I see what it does.
It did 90% submissive. And
okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Wow. 72% rope bunny.
Yeah, I get that. It kind of goes with the submissive. Okay.
Yeah. And then the switch. Is the next one.
Okay. I was gonna ask, seeing as that she's so submissive, the partner still has a lot of the submissive traits, but with them having the switch also in there, he or she, I don't know who your partner is, gives you that swap when you need it, but in other situations may be more of that submissive role with other people. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
agree with that.
They both kind of submissive. So let me ask you something. Is the other partner more dominant? I know he ain't taking the test.
I think so. Yeah, I would say so.
Because so she got kind of the best of both worlds. That's amazing. That man, listen, I'm trying to go up and be like you, Miss Polly, because something ain't right over here where I'm at. What? I wish. That's the stuff you dream about. You know what I'm saying? That is
oh my gosh. Yeah, that was hilarious. I might ask him to take the test. He may say no. He don't like to agree with me. So he's probably, you know what he probably is. I know I said he don't like to agree with me. He don't. I think he would be a brat tamer though. I'll give you that. He a brat tamer. He don't take no garbage. He's kind of rude about it. So
I get it.
being a brat can be so
That
much
makes-
fun, though.
Oh my God, I
And
love
being
it.
a brat tamer can be fun too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got to
It
check
really
a lot
can.
of folks. Yeah, you gotta. But man, and I was so high on the brat tamer, but it made sense when I actually saw. I'm on the brat. I'm sorry. It made so much sense. I was like, yeah, I do that, but I picked the wrong partner, and I don't think he could get with it. So I was just like, I got to make sure that the men I pick understand that that's part of my sex play. That's part of what I
That's
do.
your
Like,
kink.
you know what
That's
I'm
your
saying?
thing.
Right.
Yes.
You like saying no. I'm not doing that.
Yes.
But
And I will make
yeah.
a man
But
mad
secretly
just
want them to pin you up against the wall like this.
yes. Yes.
Women are toxic. I ain't gonna.
Y'all know I'm like on the top of the list of toxicity ever in life. And I always, you know, I'm married. I've been saying that forever. And I'm okay with that. I know, Sean. I'm okay with that. Like, you know. So I think we covered everything. This was such a great show.
I would like to give a little bit of historical fun facts though for you
Sure.
about BDSM.
Okay.
And then there's also some like I mean, this is just for research purposes and stuff like that for people who wants to go out and actually like do your research and stuff like that. The first records of BDSM was recorded back in the 3100 BC in Mesopotamia. It was a book, and you can go and find the book out. I want to say it's in some stores and stuff like that. But it's called it's a Greek folklore that's called the Mistress of the Whip. That's a good read about a woman that was in I guess Greeks or the Mesopotamia area or something like that, and men would go to her to be punished and stuff like that for some reason or something like that. Like she had some kind of spell on them or something like that. But they'll go up there to be whipped and chained and all kind of stuff like that to get a fulfillment of BDSM. But that was the first folklore story told of it. And then you have a guy by the name of Venus no, I'm sorry. There's a book called Venus A Fur, and it's by Leopold van Maschalk, which chauvinism, the word chauvinism was named after. And he has a book out. There's a psychologist by the name of Richard Van Craft Edbin. He wrote Psychopathia, and that's a good BDSM book to actually study. He also coined the term sadism and masochism. Then you also have Havlik Ellis. He wrote the book Psychology of Sex. It deals with BDSM and has some research on BDSM and stuff like that. So if y'all want to look up anything that talks about it or something like that, those are great books. And I'll put the books in the chat if people want to see it. But
yes, that's amazing. That was that was an amazing way to end this show. Thank you, Marielle. That was amazing. I hope y'all all enjoyed this show. I really enjoyed this. And from time to time, you know, those is here, those is watching, I'm going to topic, but that's not all that this podcast is going to be about. My next topic is going to be really, really interesting. Are we going to talk about sex? Not so much, but we will be talking about relationships. And I'm trying to do this at 8 o'clock every Tuesday. I may go to Thursday. We're going to see how it goes. But every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I am in New York City. I am Evolution Brooklyn. And, you know, this is just a great night. I want y'all to at least say some closing words, you know, to close the show out. So I don't know who wants to go first.
Well, what I would say is it's okay to explore and get to know yourself in depth more, because the more you know about yourself, the more interesting your life becomes. So don't shy away from new experiences. If you've never explored BDSM, I'm not saying take a deep dive into it, but do your research. You'll be surprised of how much it'll actually play a part in your life. It'll be little situations that you didn't even realize that you may like. Ain't nothing wrong with a little kink in your life.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, Miss G. Hopefully that you will come back and we will see you every week. You were amazing. You really were. I really enjoyed you. All right, Miss Polly, you already
Yes, sister. Yes, I am. I promise you. I got to put mine on mute because my phone will echo everybody, so I have to be careful. Yeah, I think that people should try to, just look into some things. Not saying you gotta get all crazy. You don't gotta get all crazy. Like sometimes you don't even realize that you're connected to something, and you don't have a name for it. Just like a lot of people were doing poly, didn't know what it was. So if you're a person who likes, to follow rules and let your husband tell you what to do, because you think that could be a form of domination, and you don't even realize it. So there's things that you may be doing already that you just don't realize you're in that life. And then if you find out what it is, you can even push it a little further and make it part of maybe just like your routine, your sexual experimentation, and then you'll enjoy it a lot better, especially with the dom part. That is something that's really, like you said, trust. It's really built on trust. So it's really special, actually, connection. People don't realize that. So yeah, take time and look into those things, and just you could be gentle with and explore you lightly. You gotta go to the library so you don't get flagged. I understand, but try to figure it out. But yeah, no, I gotta say about those. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Miss Holly. And I definitely want to see you back every week too. You know how we do it. This is amazing. And I learned so much about you.
Oh gosh, that's good.
I love it though. I love it. Yes, great addition, you guys. Great. Mary L, my co-host, you were amazing. And I knew you never disappoint. Mary L, we gotta do this more often. I want to see you back more often because we just got this chemistry where we just hit knowledge off each other. You know what I'm saying? And we've been doing this since the pandemic.
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying? You always, anything time you want to come with.
Look, and I'm gonna have to talk to you about doing like a poetry show, because we got some people that would definitely, you would definitely love to hear.
Oh, Miss G, okay,
she's a poet too. That's she's a poet too.
We can do it on both platforms, and we can do it. I don't mind at all.
Well, can I give you a shameless plug? I don't know what you got going. I don't know what you got going on Wednesday, but if you would like a little sample, a little insight to who you could potentially have on this show with doing poetry, and mind you, we talk about the nasty stuff. Hop on Poppy's Corner tomorrow at 9:00 on YouTube. We're doing a live drip show. Myself, Marielle, and a couple of our collective is going to shut it down.
Amazing. Okay, yeah. You know what? And
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link.
Send it to me because I might be able to put it on Instagram. Maybe just let people watch it or something like that. We're gonna work it out. Or here. So that'd be good. At least, that'll work. All right. I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. And like I said before, they do the poetry and I wanted y'all to hear some of it, but that's on an even better platform. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all can see that. Poppy's Corner. Remember that, y'all. Poppy's Corner. All right. And Mary, you have any last words?
Yes, let me go ahead. And I think it was one thing that we touched on a little bit, but we didn't really get into in the safe words. What a safe word is like if you are like you have your limits, and usually no in BDSM doesn't mean no. Like you can say no, no, and it's like no, you're going to do it, especially if you're being a brat and stuff like that. So you need a word or a sound, and I prefer the word and the sound too, because there's some people that are like their mouths to be covered, a bar gag or something like that, where people put stuff so you can't say anything. So my safe word, and a safe word is something that you just have to like it's going to throw you off track. So it can't be something like, like a sexual phrase or anything like that, or something that can, like, you can't be no, because no can also sound sexy too, or could be appealing or something like that. So mine's is Colorado. So if we're in the middle of an act and you're like, and all of a sudden I say Colorado, you're like, what the hell, Colorado? That means stop. If I'm got my mouth tied or my mouth covered up or anything like that, what I do is start humming the Jefferson theme song. So your mind's off, and you like, wait, what? Yes. So hers, what's yours? You
That's
can say yours.
amazing.
Mine is bananas.
Now, see, now, yeah, something like that. Like this is what Sha said. Pineapples. I'm the same thing. Mine is pineapples always. I'm in love with pineapples. You know,
No, see, that's the thing. You love pineapples. I hate bananas. So if I ever yell bananas, like, get off me. Don't touch me. That's good. Leave me alone.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, I'm in love with cucumbers too, so I don't know.
I like peas.
I gotta think it's something now. That's
But-
amazing, but that makes a lot of sense. Y'all are amazingly smart. I love this.
No doubt. But then in closing, make sure that, if you want to do it and stuff like that, make sure you do have consent. Make sure that everything is sane and everything is safe.
Yes.
You have a thing, it is called SSC, which is safe, sane, and consent. Make sure that everything is safe, the environment is safe, y'all are mentally in a good headspace and stuff like that. So you don't come, if you're a dominant relationship, you're not coming home taking out your anger at work on your partner or something like that. So you'll make sure the environment is safe as well as sane. So the same thing, mentally prepared. After care, make sure that you do the before, after care and stuff like that. Especially if you do impact plays, and then make sure that everything is consensual. Consensual is sexy. I don't know how many times people gotta say that, but consensual is sexy and stuff like that, because you can get in line. Okay. If you're choosing to be a dom, this is highly important because I said consent. Highly important. I want to make sure that we get this in it. If you're choosing to be a dom, make sure you have a contract.
Now, I've heard of that. Though, like NDA, right? I've heard of that, but I know the dominatrix, they do that.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily an NDA, but a contract. So basically, it's for liability purposes.
Yes.
So there's a whole bunch of different forms of dom. Like there's financial dom.
Then dom, which you may like, Destinee. Oh, I'm sorry.
Really?
I'm not gonna front. I want one so bad. I want to be a fendom so bad. Oh my gosh! But anyway,
I'm gonna look into that because that's number 5 on the list of dominant types. I just didn't get the.
Fandom is okay, slave. I want you to go and cash at me $100 right now. Yes, mistress.
Bitch.
Oh yeah, that'll be about right. That's me. That's it. Okay, you bring the money back, then we can have fun. I ain't mad at that.
But you want to have the contract in place to make sure that you're covering your butt and theirs. You know what I'm saying? Because people sometimes get in their feelings about it doesn't end the way they want it to, or it doesn't go the direction that they want it to. So if you have a contract in place, you're covering yourself. So that, for example, if you give me a key to your place, and I'm using your place to do all of the sexual things that you want to see. You want to walk in and see me having sex with somebody else. If it goes bad or somebody hears about it and they're talking about you, and then you start feeling some type of way and you try to get me locked up for trespassing, I have a contract in place, or breaking and entering. I have a contract in place. This is within the contract. I'm safe. You're safe.
Super.
Because you have guys that, especially in the demo, that will let you use their card, will let you use will give you their credit card, let you max out their credit card because they want to feel like they're being taken control over and stuff like that. But then like she said, then one day they're like, they get mad because you don't want to be in a relationship with them. So now they're like, oh, well, I'm going to get you back for all that. But nope, you got that contract that says you allowed me to do this to your account. So, or
even the fact that you're hitting somebody, some people, they want to be hit to the point where there's a bruise left. But in the world of society, bruises don't always equate to comfortable, peaceful, consensual situations. But if you have a contract in place, it's breaking down. You gave me this permission to do this.
I get it. That makes sense. I get it. That I'm glad we actually and shout out to Mr. Best. Please check out the Intellectual Soapbox, guys. Please follow, subscribe. Yes, that's my friend. Solid, another solid person in my life. And yes, and good guys, please hear about those contracts. That make a lot of sense. You know, test test number 2. I love you. But you know, you my hero. Yeah, you might want to look into a contract. That's my heart though. That's my heart. Yes. Okay. So this is good. This was great. I learned so much, guys. And until the next time, hopefully everyone is watching this video, even not now and watches it later. Please subscribe to the UXP Evolution Era. When this video publishes, it will be a purple button right in the right hand corner that'll say subscribe. It's easy, or just go down to the bottom of the video and subscribe. We are coming back every week, God willing, with amazing topics, thought-provoking, spicy, because I'm the spice queen, and just stuff that you can learn from and still have a good time, and I am Evolution Brooklyn, and I just want to thank the panel. Y'all were amazing. And my chat fam, I could never do this without y'all, or the panel. And I appreciate y'all. And again, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be here. And I just want to say good night, guys. Everybody wait. Evo out, Evolution out. Good night.